Good morning. Welcome to Friday mornings, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom. I'm going to grab a drink. All of a sudden, as it was booting up, I realized I didn't take a drink. I'll show you my happy little Believe cup. Always a good way to start off a day. And I hope your day is starting off well. We'll give it a minute or two here until a bunch of you pop on as usual. We have a card from the Higher Intuitions deck today. So good morning to whomever just popped on. Glad you're here. Let's start with our breathing as always. Some nice deep belly breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And I'm feeling the need to tap a little bit today. So if you'd like to join me, feel free. Good morning, Janine. Welcome. Ooh, a sunflower in there. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you, thank you. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Good morning, Peggy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just tapping a little bit to wake everything up. Wake up, wake up. Good morning, Carolyn. We're just taking our nice deep breaths. Doing a little tapping. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. Everything waking up. There we go. Glad you are all here for our card today from the Higher Intuitions deck. Stormy California. Yes, I heard. We have nothing at the moment, so it'll probably head this way. It seems to do that. Hope everybody's safe out there. I'll have to check with my peeps in Portland and see if they're getting the same stuff you are. So our card today, these are animal-based cards, and I thank you for the heart and the rainbow, Carolyn. I appreciate it. I immediately saw his little eyes. Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome. And there he is, the raccoon, peeking out at us from the tree. So this is about find your identity. Find your identity. And the words, the key words that go along with that are hiding, mirror, write, W-R-I-T-E. Good morning, Bobby. Looking forward to talking with you in a little bit. Right, and destiny. And the quote comes from Jean de La Fontaine. I bet he's French. What do you think? A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. So, la, 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 la. We're still going to circle around to who we're supposed to be. So let's see what it says. And this card is interesting, actually, because it has a whole list of steps to take to make this more obvious to you who your real self is. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. So I'll give you the list at the end. Pick whichever one you want to try for today. That could be your homework. Do one of these things and see what happens. So as I'm reading this to you, focus on your breathing, and you might want to tap. There might be a certain spot that calls to you for some tapping. Wherever it is, just follow through. If you feel pulled to tap somewhere, tap. Raccoon tells you that you are hiding from your true self. All too often we lose our identity. It can be connected to career, love relationships, and even friendships. Relationships are a mirror of who you are at the time. So isn't that interesting to look at the people you're around? They always say you're going to be like the 5 people you hang around the most. Maybe it's also a vice versa thing. The reason you're like those 5 people is because that's where you were at that point, and that's who you drew to you. So take a look at those relationships. If your self-esteem is low and sad, you will likely attract the same. On the outside, the person or situation may be perceived as the life of the party, but inside they are crying with confusion. It is never good to create relationships out of illusion. I love that line. It is never good to create relationships out of illusion. So that Cyrano de Bergerac thing where he has his friend write all the love letters to the woman, not a good plan. Not a good plan. Do not treat them as a patch or a quick fix for what you don't have in your life. Because some people do that. They collect people, they collect friends who have the aspects that they would like to have, which is not saying it's not good to hang around with people who are who you aspire to be, but you better be doing more than aspiring. What are you doing to put that into effect then, right? They are supposed to be a complement to who you are and help you grow, both of you or all of you, if taking it in the context of friends, coworkers, or career. Now, that doesn't mean hermit yourself away until you figure it all out. It means that you need to work to heal yourself and become the person that you want to be. Be the person that you want in your life. Be the person that you want in your life. So don't go looking for it in others. Find it in you first. If it's there, if you find something attractive in other people that isn't manifesting in you, I will guarantee it's in you. You just need to mine it up. Go find it. And again, we're going to have a lot of ideas in terms of how you can do that. One more paragraph first, though. No matter what disappointment you have had in your life, you cannot forget to celebrate who you are. When that job promotion doesn't come through, or the person who you had hoped was the love of your life just leaves, it is easy to get caught up in the negativity of despair. But it means that you aren't in the right spot in your life to attract what you want. So take the time to change that. If you think about that, good morning, Diane. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. If you think about that, that's very empowering. You may feel like it's pejorative, like someone's giving you the business, but it's empowering. If you are not in the right spot in your life to attract what you want, take the time to change that. It's saying you have the power and the ability to change that. How cool is that? No magic wands out there, right? We have to do our due diligence. But when we do, the universe begins to rain down on us what it is that we're looking for. So here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things that you can pick from that will move you in this direction. First one is, write down 10 qualities that you love about yourself. They don't have to be physical, but they can be. I think always good to spread them around among the options. So some physical attributes, some mental attributes, some spiritual attributes, some emotional attributes. Pick a couple from each, and then you got a couple of bonus ones you can throw in there wherever you want. But that kind of spreads you out across areas of your beingness, not just focusing on physical. Okay, so a little bit of everything. What do I love about myself spiritually? What do I love about myself mentally, emotionally, physically? Write 10 of them out. Okay, that's the first one. Second one is write down 10 qualities that you would like to work on. And then truly look at those qualities to see if they are fixable or are things that you are creating because you are sad. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. She's putting them in the feed. So she's taking away your excuse for not doing it. Love it, love it, love it. Pick one. Just pick one. Mess around with it a little bit. If you pick one and it feels a little too daunting, decide, how could I break this down into 3 steps? What would be a baby step, a big toe forward on this particular one? Second one, write down 10 qualities you would like to work on. And then truly look at those qualities to see if they are fixable or are things that you are creating because you are sad. So you might decide too that it really isn't something that floats your boat. So let's say you pick, I'm going to make one up here. You want to be tremendously physically fit. And the reason that you pick that one is because right now you feel so miserable, you're winded going up a flight of stairs, none of your clothes fit, you just feel blah. From that place, yes, that perfectly fit person probably looks really good. But then take a look at that. Am I willing to put in the time, effort, etc. to get to that peak state? Or am I good with getting much more physically fit than I am right now? That second one is probably going to be more attainable. So what are some little tweaks? I'm going to go for a walk today. I'm going to walk down to the post office instead of take the car. I'm going, little steps. I'm going to do those flight of stairs twice just to see, how does that feel? Man, that felt terrible. I better do those flight of stairs twice a couple more times tomorrow, the next day, etc. Right? So again, we don't have to do ideal for this second one. Pick out some that would be good to nudge forward a bit. Nudge forward a bit. So I didn't get dessert last night when we went out. Felt perfectly fine not getting dessert. That was a choice I was making. It's like, okay, I wanna begin to tweak some of this stuff. Number 3, fits perfectly here. Eat right. Go to the grocery store and supply your cupboards with good and colorful foods. Now, yes, very much. Thank you, Cindy, for putting these in the feed. Abigail, thank you for pointing that out. Yes. Circle the outside of the store first. Circle the outside of the grocery store first. Load up your cart with that stuff. Very little stuff from those inside aisles, because that's usually the prefab stuff. It's got the stuff that's got all the crap added to it that isn't good for us. Do the outside of the store, where it's mostly the least processed stuff, right? Do organic. I know it costs more. You're worth it. You're worth it. Do organic, right? And the grocery store that I typically would go to does not have a great organic section. So yesterday when I went grocery shopping, I chose to go to a different grocery store because I want better stuff. And those vegetables looked a whole lot better than the stuff at the first store. It's going to take me a while too. I'm having to talk to myself about this because I'm the kind of person, I function kind of like a guy in that regard. I want to go in, the things I want are in the same place they've always been. Don't mess up my order. I want to get the stuff I want and get the heck out of there. Now, going to a new store. Okay, I wonder where the heck they keep kale. And having to look around and find stuff, right? Pretty soon I'll have an order there and it'll flow. Not quite yet though. I like this one. Put the black colored clothes to the back of your closet and force yourself to wear a colorful shirt or scarf. Let's brighten things up here. Maybe you haven't been wearing earrings. Put some earrings in. Maybe you still love to do your nails and you haven't been doing that because it's too expensive. Treat yourself once, okay? Just do them. Notice how you feel. I love those grocery store bouquets of flowers too. Buy one for yourself. Stick it on the kitchen table. Enjoy them until and oftentimes I found they last forever. Especially those daisy things, they'll last for weeks. So it's a good investment. Figure it out per day. How much are you paying? If you're paying $5.99 for a bunch of flowers and they last for 2 weeks, you're getting a whole lot of bang for your buck, aren't you? Yes. So put the black clothes to the back, bring some colorful stuff out. Or I'll give you a little bit of a mulligan here. You can keep the black pants out, but now you're going to wear the pink shirt or the green shirt or the purple shirt or something that jazzes it up a bit, all right? If you haven't been wearing jewelry, throw some jewelry on. What the heck? Adorn yourself, right? And then see what kind of impact that has on your mood. Pay attention. How does this feel to me? I wore a cool little raincoat the other day when I was walking down to my breakfast or my brunch. And then if you do lunch and supper, it's lupper. Just so you know. When I was walking down there, I was wearing a raincoat that my sister picked up for me at a church sale. And it is a cool raincoat. Actually, can you see it back there? There it hangs. Yeah. Dug that baby out, and I felt pretty styling in my new raincoat. So that was fun. Okay. Use positive affirmations and put them all over your apartment or house. You can use art, index cards, or whatever, but surround yourself with positive. How many times have I told you how many things I have on my desk that say believe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Pretty cool. And I know in my stack of index cards, you like lupper, huh? That my stack of index cards, there's more in there that have believe on them. So I will pick one up right at the moment to show you, because I'm not sure how long it's been since I've shown you this one. I got this one from my friend Bobby Silverstone. She believed she could, so she did. So I'm going to sit that right here, because that'll be a good one for today. All right, let's keep going. Put on fun music and dance. Put on fun music and dance. When we did yoga on Monday, no dessert last night. I know I behaved very well. And I didn't feel yucky, because a lot of times desserts are dairy-based. And when I eat that stuff, I just feel yucky. So, yeah, I behaved quite well. So, the music. Monday, at my yoga class, I do it online. But Bobby was returning by Jennifer Berrizon, and I love that CD, and I have it here somewhere. So now I'm going to be on a hunt through the boxes to see if I can find my own returning CD and listen to that again, because I love that. It was recorded in a cave somewhere. I don't remember where the cave was, but the acoustics in there are just phenomenal. A lot of musicians like going there and playing their stuff because of the acoustics in this cave. So put on fun music and dance. When you are sad, take some action instead of focusing on the morning, mourning. So it could be singing a song. It could be going for a little walk. It could be sitting in the park. But do something. It doesn't mean it's going to pop you out of that morning stage. You may need to be there, right? Maybe part of your process right now. Certainly for Diane, it's part of her process right now. But being active with it, do something with it. Maybe it's drawing a picture of what it looks like, feels like to you. When you are sad, take some action instead of focusing on the morning. Cry. Don't feel bad about crying. Again, God wouldn't have given us this purge system if we weren't meant to use it. So screw society's rules that there's places where you're not supposed to cry. Feel what you feel. On we go. Seek professional help if you feel suicidal or having dark thoughts. And sometimes we will have thoughts that scare us. And we can take a look at those. What is this trying to tell me? What is this trying to tell me? What do I need to learn from this? But if it's that litany of, you're a piece of shit, you don't deserve to be alive, the world would be better off without you, when people start thinking the world would be better off without them, time to get some help. And there's lots of options out there. Many of us will say, well, I can't afford mental health care. There's nobody available in my area. My person retired. I don't have anybody anymore. Now, these days, there are many more options. BetterHelp is an online one. I have a friend who works for BetterHelp, and you can buy a chunk of sessions and you can do them all with the same person, or you can you can learn about them to find out what are their specialties, what do they have a lot of experience with, do they match up with my belief system, etc., etc. So there are many more options now than there used to be in days past, especially with the online stuff. So don't feel like you have to be stuck. Self-help books can be fabulous also. I have stacks of them. How many of you have stacks of self-help books, right? One of the things that you can do with your self-help books is pick one off the shelf again, hold it in your hands, what's something here that's useful to me, open to a page, but then do some energy work with it. So maybe you do a cross crawl while you're reading that part. Maybe you sit in the whole brain posture. Remember our whole brain posture? Maybe you sit in the whole brain posture while you're doing it. Maybe you take deep breaths while you read. The hands raised. Yep. Absolutely. Totally get it. So you can utilize those resources again, but in a deeper way. So you might think, well, yeah, in the 70s, I read that book by Albert Ellis, The ABCs of Emotion, or what was the title of it? The ABCs were inside. What was the title of that one? It was a cognitive approach. I can't remember what the title is. Anyway, maybe you dig that back out and do some energy work with the stuff that's in there and see how it resonates for you differently when you take a deeper dive into it. Whatever. And the last one is, know that it takes time to heal. Don't patch your heart with another toxic relationship. It takes time to heal. Don't patch your heart with another toxic relationship. And if we go from one thing to another, that's why a whole lot of second marriages don't work, because the people leap from the frying pan into the fire and they find that they're repeating a pattern or they're picking a worse pattern. We want to take the time. We want to take the pause. We want to learn what about that first thing didn't work. If you can, and it's not just he was a jerk. Look at all those fingers pointing back at you. What was my part in this? What was my part in this? Even if you feel like you are the scorned, wounded lover, look at your part. look at your part in that dynamic, because that's where your power lies. What could I have done differently? What might have made this go differently? Maybe it's way back at the beginning. I should have picked differently. Is your picker broke? Anywho, paying attention, looking to self, rather than playing victim and dumping it out on, nope, I'm a perfect angel here. I didn't do anything wrong. Look at yourself. Let's all look at our stuff, right? Because we all have habit patterns, behaviors, beliefs that mess things up. And we want it, the more willing we are to take a look at those and address those, do something different, the better off we're going to be. And the more likely it is that the next round is going to go a whole lot better. So that is our card for today. Find your identity, find your true self, and dig it out of the mothballs. Dust it off a bit, and let's try it out here and there. And if people are kind of, because they're not used to you being that way, they're not used to you speaking your truth, they're not used to you having an opinion, they're not used to you doing things differently than you've always done them, don't worry about it. Over time they'll catch up, or they may be one of the people who kind of fades away because they no longer fit who you really are, So that's our card for today. Kind of some interesting stuff. Have an awesome Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.